Hey Timothy, when we go visit your parents next week, should we bring something? How about a pie? Like apple pie or something. I think my parents will like it. How about some drinks? Should we bring them as well? No, it's okay. Are you sure? It's alright. If we ask them what they would like to have, they'll probably will say they don't need them. But there's something else I want you to be careful of in my family. What's that? Like manners? No, you don't have to be polite. Just don't use words like pregnant or children when you see them. It's taboo. What? Why? My parents live with my brother and his wife, right? Right. With your oldest brother, right? My brother and his wife can't have kids. Apparently, they're suffering from infertility. They've tried fertility treatments, but it didn't work. I see. We just got married, but they have been married for 5 years, and my parents are getting impatient. I guess they have high expectations from your parents because he's the oldest. I'm sure they do. That's why things are so tense there right now. They're very sensitive to any words that remind them of pregnancy. So don't use any words related to it. You never know who will get furious. I see. Okay, I'll be careful. Yeah, thanks. I'm worried about his wife. I don't know if I should say this, but it should be hard for her to live with them. Huh? His wife? Yeah, Abigail. I'm assuming she's the one who would feel the most pressure. Well, you're right. She seems to be very responsible. I think she would blame herself. That's true. I'm glad I'm not the oldest. I can take it easy, especially since he and I are far apart in age, so the responsibility and expectations are more on him. That's probably true. I'm the youngest of 3, so maybe it's easier for me too. You know, it's hard to be the oldest brother or sister. Anyway, I'll be careful what I say and do next week. I'll try not to provoke them by saying something bad. Yeah, thanks. Timothy, can I talk to you now? I have something to tell you. What's wrong? I told you I feel my stomach is bloated this morning, right? The one you mentioned this morning? Yeah, right, your belly looked a little bloated. I've been feeling constipated lately, so I thought something was wrong with my intestines. It's a little embarrassing, but I went to see the doctor. I heard some people go see them for constipation. To the doctor? Is there something wrong? No, it's not like that. I went to the doctor and he told me to go to OBGYN. OBGYN? Yeah, so I went to see them and they said congratulations. What? Are you serious? You're pregnant? The doctor was surprised that I didn't notice. They said it's already grown big enough to know the gender. They said it's a boy. You never had any symptoms before? Don't you usually have morning sickness? I don't think I had morning sickness. But now that I think about it, I was very sleepy recently. But I didn't have any problems. I had a normal appetite. You didn't even notice it until your stomach started to get bigger? I thought it was because of the constipation. If I didn't have it, maybe I wouldn't have noticed. Wait, but when you get pregnant, your period stops, right? You didn't think it was strange? I've always had irregular periods. Sometimes I didn't get my period for a few months, so that's why I never noticed. I'm really glad I found out. Right, but being pregnant, I didn't expect it. You're not happy? Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy. But I just thought about my brother and his wife. Right, you will feel a little awkward. How should I tell them? Maybe you have to be honest. You can't stop a child from growing up. I know. I'm glad we're having a baby. I'm happy too. I feel bad for Abigail, but if we wait for her to get pregnant, I'll be past my childbearing age too. Wouldn't your parents be sad if we didn't have kids? That's true. We can't wait for the right time forever. That's right. So let's just be happy to have a baby now. I'm so glad. Yeah, congratulations. I'll tell my parents about the pregnancy. They're gonna be happy. Yeah, thank you. Hello, Helen. I know I'm late, but congratulations on your pregnancy. Thank you, Abigail. I heard you didn't notice your pregnancy. Is the baby in your belly growing well? I know, right? Yeah, everything seems to be fine. Ah, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, I'm relieved too. I know it's going to be tough until the birth, but hang in there. Yes, I'll do my best. Hey, is Timothy with you right now? Timothy? He's not here. He's at work. Is something wrong with him? Oh, he's not there. Good. He won't come home yet, will he? No, he won't be home until after 7 p.m. What's the matter? There's something I have to tell you. It's not very good news for you. Perhaps you're angry, Abigail. I'm sorry. I felt sorry for you too, but... Sorry for what? Because I knew your husband and you are working hard on your fertility treatment. But I got pregnant first, so I'm sorry. That's what you're worried about? I'm not mad. You don't have to wait for me to get pregnant. I thought that's what you would say. That's nothing to do with me. You know what? Hey, when's the due date? You should get divorced before the baby is born. If you can, pack up your stuff and move back to your parents' house now. What? Divorce? What's the matter with you? Why would you suddenly say that? Your in-laws and your husband are all enemies. And my husband, of course, too. Enemies? What are you talking about? What on earth do you mean? They're planning something terrible behind you. A plan? I don't know what you're talking about. The in-laws and my husband, they're going to adopt your baby as our baby after he's born. What? Really? I haven't heard anything about that. They're going to ignore your opinion. They're planning behind your back so that you won't resist. Why would they? Because I couldn't have children. But that doesn't mean... You're going to have a boy, right? They say that he's the perfect one to take over the family. I think they're serious. I'm sorry, it's my fault. But to give away our child, my husband would never allow such a thing. But you know what? He agreed so easily. He said, "You're healthy, so you can have another baby." No way. The people in the family you marry into, they think of you as a tool to bear their children. They call me useless every day. That's terrible. My wife is not a tool. That's right. But they don't have any common sense. It's better to have the baby near your parents' house. To be honest, I don't think you can trust anyone, including Timothy. I can't believe my husband would agree so easily. I guess he gets influenced easily by others. He seems to follow his family's words without thinking, and doesn't care about your feelings at all. I never thought he was that heartless. He's a little insensitive, but I didn't think he'd give away our child. My husband is going to give him some money in return. That's why he's so into it. What kind of person is he? So you are against it? Of course I am. Ignoring the mother's opinion and deciding something like this? How evil are they? That's why I had to tell you. Thank you. I definitely don't want to give away my child. Okay, I'm going to go to my parents' house and talk to my husband. I think that's a good idea. Get away as soon as you can. I'll let you know if anything happens. Helen, are you out? It's unusual for you to be out this late. You're coming home, right? Hey, answer me. I'm not coming home anymore. Huh? What are you talking about? Where are you? I'm about to fly. You're getting on a plane? Where the hell are you going? I'm going home to my parents. I'm divorcing you. What the hell is wrong with you? I already know about your plan. You're going to adopt my child to your brother, right? How did you know that? Abigail told me. Abigail? She considered my feelings and told me to run away. Oh, come on. That's why you're divorcing me? That's insane. You think I'm insane? How dare you decide to give them my child without my permission? I can't believe it. Why don't we just have another baby? You said you felt sorry for my brother and his wife because they couldn't have kids. Let's at least give away one of ours. You got to be kidding me. I don't think I'm the one to say this because I'm not your wife, but why don't you protect her at a time like this? Huh? It's me, Abigail. My husband and your parents are assholes, to be honest, and so are you for agreeing to them. You think of your wife as a tool to bear your children. That's not what I think. I wouldn't think Helen is a tool. Then you're simply ignorant. Why won't you have another kid? Don't be stupid. I've worked as an OBGYN nurse for years, and I've seen many women die by giving birth. That's an irregular case, isn't it? I'm sure that medicine has developed a lot now. Childbirth is much safer than it used to be. But human body still works the same way. The burden on pregnant women is still the same today. You're telling her to give a birth like that and give that precious baby to others, and now you want her to have another one? Your wife and the child are not your toys. I didn't mean to call them toys. If you get pregnant with your first child, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to get pregnant with a second one. Maybe you never will. And when that happens, will you be able to keep your mouth shut? A child is not a thing. It's a gift. Above all, for a mother, it's more important than her own life. Of course Helen would be disappointed in you and leave. I just thought it would be better for my brother. I didn't think that far ahead. Such a fool. You're not qualified to be a father. What's more, you're not qualified to be Helen's husband. I don't want to get divorced. Which airport is it? I won't tell you. Anyway, you won't make it even if you drive now. If she gets in trouble regarding this divorce, I'll do everything I can to support her. I have the perfect evidence to fight off your shitty family. Approve? I secretly filmed where you guys were talking about the plan. I've got a good shot of you guys saying all those horrible things like you can make a baby again or make her unresistible. When did you film us? That would prove enough, won't it? With this, even if there's a battle over custody, Helen might have the upper hand. This is an abuse of human rights. I don't want to lose Helen. I can't stand it. I'll never get divorced. You love me that much? Helen? Then why did you allow this shitty plan? I can never trust you again. I can't feel relieved by staying with you. That's why I have no choice but to divorce you. Helen, wait. I'm sorry I didn't consider your feelings and made a shallow decision. I'm sorry I said you could have another baby so easily. There's no love towards you anymore. I'll raise the baby on my own. Then I'll come see you. I'll go apologize in person. My father and grandpa will kill you if you come. We all are furious with you. My grandpa is going through his old contacts to find me a good lawyer. My whole family will fight against you guys. I'm not gonna fight you. Then just accept the divorce and give up the custody. Why don't we all talk about this? Come back here. Let's talk about this peacefully. I'm not going to get into the enemy territory. I don't want anything to happen to my baby. I'm not your enemy. It's our house. I'm asking you to come back to our house. It's not safe for me either. So I'm not coming back. Unlike you, I'm taking action to protect my child. To me, your parents, brother, and you are all enemies. Don't think of me as a tool that you can use to your advantage, okay? After that, I officially divorced my husband and declared that I would have custody of the child. Sure enough, my in-laws were fighting me for the custody. Actually, I was expecting this to happen. My grandpa and parents provided me with a good lawyer, and I had the evidence from my sister-in-law. My in-laws put their own interest first, and the lawsuit that they ignore my feelings and try to take away my child has been approved, so I was able to get the custody. My husband was so devastated because he lost me and shut himself down. Now he blames his parents and brother for my loss, and he's in a lot of trouble with his parents. Meanwhile, My brother-in-law and his wife divorced after us. Abigail has remarried a man who understands infertility, and they're living happily together. I'm also living happily with my parents, grandparents, and my child.
It's not fair that I'm the only one left out. You could have at least invited me to the family dinner with your fiancé. Huh? I heard rumors. You're getting married, right, sis? It seems you had a formal dinner with both of your families the other day. But you're so mean to not invite your own sister. I didn't think you were that heartless. What's with you all of a sudden? Of course I wouldn't invite my sister, whom I've already cut ties with. You still think our relationship is broken? It's just that you're ignoring me because you don't like me. You don't have to act so insidious just because I stole your ex-boyfriend. Huh? Excuse me? I was just fooling around for fun. Your asshole boyfriend was the one who took advantage of it. And you're blaming me for all of it? That's pathetic. They say women are hard on women, and they're right. What's with your smug attitude? Of course, it's my ex Matthew who's to blame, but you're just as guilty as him. It's so selfish of you to make a move on your sister's boyfriend just for fun. No wonder you got cut off from your family. What? And you didn't just steal him away. You got pregnant. I was thinking of marrying Matthew. And you didn't even apologize. You just asked me to give you a baby gift. Do you have any idea how painful it was for me at that time? What a joke! Did I say that? I don't care how many years have passed, but I will never forgive you for what you did to me. I don't want to see your face or have anything to do with you ever again. So you won't even invite me to your wedding? Marrying without introducing your own sister? That seems more absurd to me. I've already explained everything about you to him and his parents. They've accepted our situation, and I'm not going to let him see you for the rest of his life, so don't ever contact me again.
Hey, Nancy. Do you think we can start over? I still wish to marry you.
Huh? What's going on today? First Heather, and now you.
What? Heather contacted you?
Yes, just now. She said she didn't know I was getting married, and asked me to invite her to the dinner party. How can she say such things when she's been cut off from us?
What? Wait a minute, Nancy. Don't tell me you're planning to get married. You're going to become another man's wife when you have me?
Huh?
That's absolutely unacceptable. You have to start over with me. It's fate that you got in touch with me before the wedding. Nancy, you should marry me.
You've got to be kidding me. Who would ever get back together with you and get married? I mean, you have Heather and the child, don't you? How can you even think of making a pass at me?
Listen to me, Nancy. The truth is, she and I never had a child. It was all Heather's bluff. She set me up. I took the blame for the pregnancy and broke up with you. And I was going to marry Heather. But at the last minute, she told me she lost the baby.
Really?
But I believed her without questioning anything. We postponed the wedding at her request. I stayed by her side the whole time. We're both cut off from each other's parents. I thought I had to protect Heather, even if we didn't have kids. But recently, I found out that it was all a lie.
So you're saying that the miscarriage and the pregnancy in the first place were all lies?
Yeah, that's right. It's all in that bitch's secret account that I stumbled across. She says she didn't want to be number 2 forever. She wanted to kick your ass out and take your number 1 spot. It was all a lie to force us to break up.
She even lied about being pregnant? How obsessive.
I immediately asked Heather about it, and she burst out laughing. She said, "Oh, you finally found out."
That girl.
It's really awful that she trampled on my feelings too. If it weren't for that lie, we wouldn't have broken up. Hey, Nancy, let's start over again. You're the one I love most, and you'll always be the only one for me.
Stop talking rubbish. Even if the pregnancy lie hadn't happened, we would have broken up anyway.
What?
I know you were tricked and I sympathize with you, but you don't have the right to play the victim. Cheating is cheating, whether you're lied to or deceived. Whether it's number 1 or number 2, it doesn't change the fact that you cheated on me.
Yeah, but you're the one I really loved. Please, just start over with me. If you don't, my life will be over. Otherwise, I'll never be able to go back to my parents' house, and I won't be able to take over the company.
What? Company?
We broke up as soon as I found out the pregnancy was a lie. So I moved back to my parents' house, but they still wouldn't forgive me. No matter how much I tried to explain the situation, they just wouldn't let it go. They said they'd never let me take over the company.
You're the company president's son, isn't that right?
It's not that big of a company, but I have nothing left, and the only way I can start my life over is to take over my parents' company. So I cried and got down on my knees and sat on my parents' front porch for 3 days and 3 nights. And they agreed to forgive me on one condition. That was to get married.
To get married?
They said, go find a woman who would marry someone like you. If I could do that, they said I would be spared. A man only becomes a man when he has a family. Then they'll reconsider my heirship.
I see. That's why you want to get back together with me. So you're trying to use me as a tool to take over the company.
Don't be so mean. I'll be the CEO and you'll have all the luxuries. You won't have to take care of the house or anything. All you have to do is to be by my side. I want to make amends for betraying you in my own way.
I'll only accept your feelings. So please, go ahead and ask another woman to marry you.
What?
You don't have to take care of the house and you can live a luxurious life. I'm sure many women would be attracted to you on those terms.
But no one is interested. It's like I've got a bad reputation in my hometown for messing around with my girlfriend's sister. I've been approaching each and every girl I can think of, but they won't take me seriously. So please, you're all I've got. Will you marry me?
No, thank you. If you can find one in your hometown, go to the other side of the world and look for one. Or you can start over with my lying sister.
Oh, no.
Well then, I'll be off now. Hey, Heather, what is this? Did you get my wedding invitation? When I heard you were getting married, I kind of wanted to get married too. I'll invite you, so please attend the wedding as my sister. No, not that. I want to ask you about the groom. This groom's name can't be a coincidence, can it? Oh, you already noticed that? Actually, I'm getting married to your fiancé. He proposed to me. I was just thinking about stealing your partner again. It's super awesome to get a text from him just at that moment, isn't it? Wait a minute. You were trying to steal my boyfriend from me again? Because it's fun! You have the greatest reaction when something that belongs to you is taken from you. You turn red, cry, get angry, and frustrated. I love to watch your reaction. What a dreadful hobby. I've had my clothes and toys taken and broken in the past. Did you do all of that on purpose? Of course it was on purpose. I pretended to borrow books by mistake, ripped them up, and made a mess out of them. The more important they are, the funnier your reactions are. So that's why you stole Matthew, my ex, away from me too. And next, your fiancé. He's very aggressive, by the way. We haven't actually seen each other yet, but he's so passionate that he proposed to me. You haven't met him yet? Not even once? He told me not to tell you until the last minute. He just happened to see me in a picture at our parents' house. Then he fell in love with me at first sight and worked hard to get my contact information.
I beg your pardon?
So, I'm going to get your precious person again. Next time, I'm not just going to steal him away, I'm going to marry him too. The groom is your fiancé. I'll prepare a special seat at the wedding venue for you to get a good view.
I got married 2 years ago.
What?
So he can't marry you. Bigamy is forbidden here. And he's looking so pale next to me. He's shaking, saying he's never met you or even contacted you. He's half crying, saying, "Why am I supposed to marry her?"
Wait a minute. What do you mean you got married 2 years ago? Rumor has it you're getting married soon. You even had a dinner meeting with both families just the other day.
I don't know where you heard it from, but it's just a rumor. As a matter of fact, it's my husband's brother who's getting married. I did go to the dinner the other night, but I was there as his wife.
Is that true?
So you were mistaken. You're buying into the rumor mill.
So you really married him 2 years ago? But he contacted me directly. From Jack, who was supposed to be your fiancé. He said he fell in love with me at first sight and asked me to marry him. He told me he's breaking off the engagement with you. If you don't believe me, I can send you the text to prove it.
I think you're wrong about that too.
What?
It's just like believing rumors. I wonder if the sender of that text is really my husband, Jack. You can change your profile name, so it's pretty easy to impersonate someone.
Impersonating someone? No, that can't be true.
Besides, you've never met him yet, have you? How can you believe a text from someone like that to be really that person?
Wait. I'm getting scared all of a sudden. If this is a fake account, who the hell is this guy?
How would I know? Ask him directly.
This sucks. It was Matthew. He pretended to be your husband and texted me.
What? Matthew was the culprit?
I seriously don't get it. What the hell does he want? I was so happy to send the marriage certificate. I was feeling so good about stealing from you again. But that stupid guy ruined it.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you sent the marriage certificate?
He asked me to do it. He asked me to send it in advance so that we can get married as soon as possible. So, I rushed to the city office and signed the marriage certificate. And I spent money to send it by express mail. It really pisses me off that it's all for nothing.
Oh no. It's all over for you now.
What? What do you mean it's over?
You'd better check with the city office right away. It might be that you and Matthew got married.
Huh? Why? What do you mean?
Just go check first. We'll talk about it later. Heather told me about you. She said you're the impersonator.
Thanks to you, I'm going to be able to take over the company without a hitch. Thanks for the nice advice.
Huh?
You told me to start over with your sister. That's how I came up with the idea. If all the local girls in Nancy reject me, then I should just marry Heather. But she's been ignoring all my calls since we broke up. So I thought I should pretend to be your fiancé.
And get the marriage certificate in the process. That's a pretty smart plan coming from you.
The marriage certificate was accepted without any trouble, and now my family's conditions are fulfilled. I can take over the company and start over as the next president.
Don't you care about Heather, who was deceived?
Huh? She set me up too, so I guess we're even now.
Oh, I see. Then let me tell you something. I've been married for 2 years.
Oh, really?
So let's be happy in our own homes. I wish you and Heather a long and happy life together.
Sis, what should I do? I'm married to Matthew, accepted, so I can't even withdraw it. If it's a forgery, you would be able to do something, but it's in your handwriting. It might be difficult to withdraw it now. And Matthew, he's terrible. He hasn't even apologized for tricking me. He said we're even now and that I should just shut up and follow him. There's no way I'm going to live with Matthew at his parents' house. But now you're going to be the next president's wife. You'll be able to live a luxurious life. What luxurious life? He said he'll only give me an allowance of $100 a month. And since I'm living with them, when his parents get old and need care, I'm supposed to take care of everything. I absolutely hate this kind of life. Oh my. Matthew, he's so strict with you. He told me I didn't have to take care of anything at home if I married him. He's still mad at me for lying about the pregnancy. He said he didn't love me at all, and that this marriage was to take over his family's company. He has no love for me at all, so tells me not to get the wrong idea. A marriage like this is so sad. Oh my. Please, sis, can you please help me? I want to get a divorce and run away right now. You think I'd hear your request? Our relationship has been broken for a long time now. I apologize for everything I've done. I'm really sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. Looking back, I think I was just jealous of you. You had a lot of friends, you were a good student, and also a good athlete. I envied you so much that I did terrible things to you. But I won't do it again, so please forgive me. Absolutely not. Oh no. What you just said makes me hate you even more. I have always cherished my friendships and put in a lot of effort in my studies and athletics to become better at it. But you never fixed your selfishness. And you gave up on your studies and sports because they were too much work for you. You asked me to forgive you because you were jealous? How can I forgive you for that? I'm sorry, but I'm truly sorry from the bottom of my heart. Enjoy the hell of married life. Oh, and of course, I won't give my sister, whom I've insulated myself from, a congratulatory gift. Well then, take care. Matthew returned to his parents' house with Heather. But his parents were furious, saying, "You can't marry a girl like that of all people. Your bad deeds are known to our business partners. If they find out that the next president of the company is a couple who stole from others, the company will lose credibility and go out of business." They were kicked out of the house. Matthew protested desperately, saying that's not the deal. But all the employees of the company came together and declared, "I can't have such a person as the next president. Can you take responsibility for the lives of all employees when the company goes bankrupt?" They had no choice but to leave in a rush. Heather was unable to escape from Matthew. The couple is now working part-time jobs to make ends meet. They are living a quiet married life without talking to each other.